Northam has a deep level producing mine called Zondereinde, which is near Rustenburg, and also owns a huge prospect, Booysendal, on the eastern limb of the bushveld complex.
Right, so the bushveld complex is in fact the rock distribution, the geological formation, which contains the platinum, and that has the Rustenburg leg, which is the western limb, and then it has that Steelpoort Booysendal leg, which is the eastern limb. And that is interesting because it's a more close to the surface type of deposit. Northam has actually done quite well on the market. We'll see the share price in a minute.
Market cap, we're sitting at 21.9 billion rand, trades on a PE ratio of 36.8, currently pays no dividends. Let's pick up on that comment that Paul said, or Paul made rather, that Northam has actually held its own in a very, very tough operating environment.
Yeah, you could maybe say that Northam's destroyed the least value out of all the platinum mines. I mean, if you had invested in Amplats and Implats 5 years ago, you've lost about half your money. If you invested in Lonmin, you've lost most of your money. But if you invested in Northam, you're pretty much where you started. So,
and that's fantastic performance.
And that is, as a relative manager, fantastic performance if you're buying platinum stocks.
Let's put the share price graph back up there, Paul.
Yeah, so it perks up recently, and I think that's because of the operational benefits. Paul Dunn, who's an ex-Impala executive, taken over as CEO. He's quite well liked in the industry. That fall off at the end, to be fair, corresponds with a unbundling and reorganization of an empowerment stake in the company, which Lazarus Zim has engineered. It's quite hard to follow.
So it's not an operational fallout.
Yeah, it's partly
in the
perhaps
share
to
price.
do with that. So people who owned Northam up until a few weeks ago had the opportunity to put in some money and to get shares of the new thing that Lazarus Zim has reorganized. I'm forgetting momentarily what it's called.
Zambezi.
Zambezi, well done for being on the ball, Gary.
But it's a pref share, and if you bought them at 41, you've got them now. They're trading at 48, so there's been a bit of value unlocked there as well.
If you were looking for exposure to the platinum environment, would you pull into something like a Northam?
Yeah, I think Northam is probably, for me, one of the best bets. I mean, with that, I mean, it was an empowerment transaction as well, but it really strengthened Northam's balance sheet. So Northam is probably one of the best capitalized of all the platinum miners at this stage. And instead of being a company that's desperate to sell off its assets, it's one that actually is going on an acquisition spree at the moment. So I think if you see a sort of a shift in the landscape, Northam might be the one that picks up some very good bargains. If we, again, and it's a big if the platinum market turns.
Paul, your thoughts on Northam?
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Again, because of Paul Dunn's background and the knowledge he has of the industry, I think he will also, like Terence Goodlace over at Impala, move quite quickly to work out what kind of scale of mining. Also, for one reason or another, I don't know why, but Northam has always been fortunate insofar as they've had least presence of AMCU, and they've had the biggest NUM representation has remained solid there. And as you know, MTN over many years, NUM rather, was over many years much more collaborative with regard to labour and housing and all those other benefits, so it had the benefit there. Whether the new NUM management now is a negative issue for them, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see.
Again, the underpin to this entire story are labour relations.
Labour relations and also electricity. Let's not forget electricity. Electricity is another thing. I mean, electricity doesn't affect Northam as much because remember the big electricity costs come in the smelting. I mean, the smelters are held by Amplats, Implats, and Lonmin. So yeah, Northam perhaps dodging a little bit of a bullet there, but yeah, no doubt, labour and electricity is what's driving these prices down.
And electricity, a huge cost on the operating cost line.
If there's no supply, then obviously that holds up underground operations as well, with hoisting as well as cooling if there's underground shafts.
Hot or not, Gary? Northam?
I'm going to still go not.
You're still not hot? Paul, are you hot, sir?
I wouldn't be putting fresh money in here, so not hot for me.
Not hot.